space in between everything. So you're keeping the straight lines. So yeah, it's literally a case of just punching a hole through the cardboard.
So how much gap do you have?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. It all depends on the plant, really. Things like these cabbages will need quite a bit of space. But then things like radish, you can literally plant right next to each other. So, as a rule of thumb, I tend to use the trowel basically. So most plants will be okay with that kind of spacing. But as you grow more and more things, you'll realise that some might need a bit shorter, some might need a bit bigger. But as a rule, I use that. So
could you put carrots in here or not? Carrots would need more.
Carrots need direct sowing. So you'd effectively, just put them straight down, cover them in compost.
But they'd be okay in here.
Yeah.
They wouldn't need like the deep ones.
No, they shouldn't be. Again, the more broken down the cardboard would be, the better, because it might struggle to push its way through. But in principle, it should work. As long as you keep the cardboard moist, so it can actually go through.
And how long did you say the cardboard takes? About 2 to 3 months.
Again, that depends on the weather, really. If it's really hot, it's not.
To be fair, I've
down,
left cardboard out in the garden, and it has. If it's been raining, it's disintegrated quite quick.
Yeah,
like,
that's
and then
it.
It's like, oh, crap again.
Yeah, it's good for the compost then.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a case of digging a hole through the cardboard until you get to the soil below. Who's doing the first one? Yeah? I'll show you. What are these again? Well done. So, there's one. Then what you've got to do is you've got to open that hole.
Okay.
And then you've got to push it right down.
Okay.
And you make sure all these leaves and everything go on top, and you push it so it's really firm. And then you leave it.
Okay.
And then when it needs watering, you water it. But then for this spacing, going back to what we were saying, I'll plant that there, and then I'll just kind of use that. It's roughly about 30 centimetres, depending on the trowel, but then just one there, and then I'll flip it over again, and one there. So that's about the right size for lettuce and things like that as well. Again, you could go on forever about which seeds take what space and things like that. So, you gonna go? Okay. Yeah? Feel free, anyone that wants to dig in and give it a try. And then where are we going? Yeah? Do you reckon you can get through the cardboard? Give it a really good stamp. Please try. Too gentle you are. Yeah. Push it in really deep and make sure all the soil around it is really firm.
How do you break that up without damaging the roots too much?
It doesn't matter too much if you damage the roots. Yeah, because effectively if you break the roots it's going to grow more roots because you've damaged the plant, so it's probably does it better than harm really. But yeah, you haven't got to be too precious with it, so they're quite hard. Another one? Yeah? Practice makes perfect. Yeah, we'll do a couple more and then we'll have a look at the preservings. The soil here then.
Do you sell most of this through the farm shop?
yes and no. We try to, but last year when we had all the produce, they didn't have the custom, and yeah, when they have the custom, we don't have the produce. So it's trying to find that balance at the moment. So again, because it's seasonal and we don't have that option to be like well ahead of everybody else and keep that wholesale thing going through the winter as well. Yeah, just trying to work out that balance at the moment. But that is the plan, is effectively to grow it here, sell it there, and
So
do veg boxes as well. But
do your worms go through the fishing tackle trade?
no, it's a very good market, and I think it could be profitable. But for me personally, I don't want to raise something for it to then just go and be killed, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which is why I look at promoting them more as composting worms, because then they're doing their thing that they were designed to, rather than just being prey for. Don't get me wrong, nothing against other people, but on a project philosophy, it kind of goes against the philosophy of trying to help and regenerate the planet. But I can imagine it's a massive market, to be honest. So if you want to take some and go and do it, no, I'm joking. Then it's off my conscience. But no, I'm joking. But no, it's I think the worm is definitely something worth having.
We're going to look at that in a bit.
Yeah, it's over by the polytech. So.
Did you not make a hole yet? Yes, so we need to do your hole first.
You sprayed the trowel? You got one? Ah.
Make sure it's the trowel's width away from the plants.
So again, they've been in there for too long, really. They should have been planted a while ago before they went root bound. But
is that kale cabbage?
Green cabbage.
Yeah.
These ones are red cabbage. Yeah. These ones are the green cabbage.
Kale is more like a spinachy type thing, isn't it?
Say that again.
Kale more like a spinachy type thing.
Yeah.
It's closer to your
I'd say it's closer to spinach
A
than.
little bit closer.
I don't know. What would you say?
So you want to go in the middle.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I'd say it's probably related to
That's
it.
it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been so long
That's
since I
good.
had kale. I can't remember what it
Yeah,
looks
good
like
old
either.
course.
I'm not a fan of it, to be honest. I kind of grow it because other people
Kale.
like it. But yeah.
That's the one thing that's
Yeah, same. It's not great, is it?
the only thing I like is to make kale chips. You
Oh, okay.
you kind of hydrate them, dehydrate them in the oven for about 70 degrees, something like that.
Right, okay.
A little bit of
Bit
salt and balsamico, and that's it. And they dehydrate and you just crunch it.
That sounds quite
Otherwise-
nice. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I don't like the
Earthy
taste.
and
Yeah, yeah. I mean, in smoothies, apparently, like they're a superfood, aren't
You
they?
can blend them, yeah.
Yeah, but just my taste buds don't agree. So.
Do you plant them all along both sides?
I would, yeah. I'd probably fit 2 rows in there. And depending how much space you've got, a lot of people kind of, to make the most of the space, they'll plant in between. So rather than just having them next to each other, they'll have them.
Why would you not go 3 rows? You've probably got enough for 3. Is that to allow you to put something else in there so you come into fruition?
It's more about keeping an eye on the size they're going to get, because these all kind of come out to, say, here maybe.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then when
Big
you've got
cabbage
another
heads,
one,
isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
It's gonna
So
be
when
like
you've got
this.
another one, it's going to fill
Yeah,
this
yeah.
size of the bed. Whereas if you fit another one in, they're not going to grow to their potential.
Yeah, I get that.
Um,
I hadn't thought of it.
But then at the same time, if you wanted smaller cabbages, then yeah, there's no reason why you can't. But for us, we'd rather have that bit of extra
Yeah,
space and
yeah.
allow them to grow a bit bigger. But yeah, after that, the only thing is, like I say, you've now made holes in these bits, so any weeds that pop up, you've just got to keep on top of, so they don't overtake the plant. But yeah, and then it's just leaving it to its devices, really. And then when you've when you've harvested it, it's onto the preservation side of things. We'll go and have a look at that. So. Yeah, it's
Who else? Hannah came and
yeah, Hannah and Jasmine,
You're Jasmine.
Chris was here.
Chris, yeah. Oh, my mind's blank.
John and Maggie.
John and Maggie, yeah, they turned up a bit late. Two ladies from Stamford.
Oh yeah, Sarah and Sue.
Sue, is it? Yeah. I think that's it.
So do you get
Sure.
schools down here?
No, that was the plan last year. Basically, I went full time on this around January, and I'd started looking at doing all the write-ups to send to schools to start inviting them, and then
Wonders
the
of lockdown
situation,
happened,
the situation happened. So it's something now that I want to try and push this year, and it's probably a blessing in disguise as well, because
Was you ready for it?
that's it, and was the project ready for it as well? So it's kind of pros and cons, but
Looking good, even from a few weeks ago.
it's getting there, isn't it? And yeah, once the summer comes, whenever that may be, it will start looking quite nice actually. But if that's it. I mean, last year we had frost in June, so it's kind of this balance between it's all very well planting stuff out at this time of year, but then
Is that a different cabbage?
yes, that's a red one. They're the green ones.
Oh, that's like a pickling cabbage.
It's just your standard green cabbage. You know, you've got your Savoy cabbage, which is
No, the
green
red one. Is that be the sort you'd pickle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can pickle them. Well, red cabbage is really nice on its own as well, to be honest.
I've only ever seen it really, or only have it pickled.
No, you can have it just the same as normal, normal cabbage, and it's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can. I pickle the green cabbage as well. To be honest.
Oh, do you?
You can do it pickled, or you can. Have you heard of sauerkraut?
I've heard of it, yeah.
It's basically salt, just sea salt rubbed into cabbage until it's creating its own juices, and then you put those into a jar and leave it to ferment for a while. And it's supposed to be really good for the gut and for your whole digestive system.
German dish, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. But yeah, we're going to talk about the preserving, I guess. That'll be a good time.